My name is Philip Mitchell. I have been homeless for a total of 3 years. I did some couch surfing for about a year before that. I was at the Mission for a year and a half, which was not a great experience. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement with their system. It's my understanding they've already done some work on it, but After that, I was at Community Supported Shelters Expressway Camp for a year and a half. And definitely most of what caused me to be homeless in the first place are multiple disabling mental illnesses. And I've definitely seen for myself a lot of ways in which the current systems that are in place don't really cover a lot of the bases that need to be for people in my situation. My time at the Expressway Camp was overall very positive. There was, some negative points, but a lot of that was related to personality conflicts with other campers. Generally, I got along well with most people. Other than that, it's going to take me some time to adjust to being housed again. Even when I was able to pay for my own housing before, I never really laid down roots. I always felt like I was a transient even when I had a roof over my head that was somewhat reliable. And a lot of that is thanks to the economic crash of 2008. I was able to, before that point, I was able to pretty much pick up work whenever I needed to. And that was important for me at the time because my illness had already made it to where I could only really work for a couple months at a time at best before it just became untenable. And so, that's pretty much where I'm at. Do you have any other questions for me?
Yeah, so how does it feel to come into this space and make this transition as far as today goes, pick up new furniture? How's that feel?
Right, that feels awesome. I've had a lot of friends pouring out support. A lot of them didn't realize that I was homeless in the first place. I'm talking like Facebook friends. I'm possibly on the autism spectrum, but otherwise my other illnesses kind of conspire to make face-to-face interaction with people not something I can maintain for very long. So social media and the internet has opened up a way for me to have some kind of social life, in the absence of being able to just go out and meet people, and that's pretty important to me. But I was pretty numb at first. It took a while to sink in that it was actually, my time homeless was actually over definitively. And so it's still kind of sinking in. My first night here, I did hug the apartment. It's kind of hard to imagine how one could do that, but I made it work. But I'm still sort of easing into it. I've had a lot of weird feelings that I didn't expect. For instance, I kind of felt like, the homeless version of survivor's guilt, where I was no longer homeless, but a lot of my close friends that I had picked up along the way were still in transitional housing, and I kind of felt a little guilty about that. Other than that, getting used to having security for my belongings and the ability to start accumulating some stuff again, finally, it's not something I was really used to for the last several years. I'd also like to offer heartfelt thanks to Eric and Faye DeBure and the other staff there, Marie Laura, there at Community Supported Shelters. They've done a lot to help with the whole process. Just know I'm an open book. If anyone who sees this has any questions about my time homeless or ideas that I might have to help alleviate some of the environmental pressures on homeless people, I'm totally open to receiving, and giving that feedback to whoever wants to hear it.
Anything else you think you want to say?
Nope, I'm good. I'm basically pretty appreciative right now. I need to grab a shower and eat something and probably go back to bed for a little while because I got up pretty early to do this. And that was one of the best things about leaving the mission is I was no longer, ousted from my sleepy time at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, minor inconvenience, but yeah, your sleep schedule is very important.